Welcome to the Sunday edition of the Charity First Handicapping Challenge. Georgie, we were just talking about how great of a day yesterday was, but a very difficult sequence that, if anybody was lucky enough, paid about almost $27,000 for that pick six. And on to Sunday we go.
It was so beautiful yesterday. The atmosphere in the air here at Santa Anita was fantastic. We're really coming back from the whole COVID thing, and it was just a good feeling in the air. And then when you saw the payouts in the pick six, the smallest one was 10 grand. It was just fantastic. It was everybody I talked to, I said, if you're ever going to play a pick six, today's the day, because it's bound to pay good. It was tough races throughout, and sure enough, wonderful payouts. It's a wonderful wager, and can't wait for the next mandatory.
Yep, no question. And we've got one of our guests who you stole from me, Millie, her husband came off of a win yesterday and has got one back in today. How you doing this morning, Millie?
I'm good. The $1.3 million horse that won for $150,000 claimer. We'll take it.
You'll take it, that's for sure. And our old friend Jason, we haven't seen you at the track too often. Jason, looking forward to getting you out here soon.
Yeah. This weekend yesterday actually was the first time I've come out in a while, but it's nice to be back. And like George said, the weather's been awesome. It's been perfect, and it's nice to see some fans back. I did take a walk yesterday down on the apron, and it's not like it was before COVID, but that feeling's coming back where people are, just kind of doing their thing and having fun. And so hopefully we can get back to that soon, but it was nice. It's been nice to get back out.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a new crowd that's come back.
Yeah.
When I'm down on the apron and I see a lot of like younger people, probably in their early 20s, and they're out there enjoying, the beverages and then I see families with young kids, a lot of young kids coming out too. So it's kind of changed, I think, a little bit, the people that are hanging out on the apron.
I mean, sure. I think I'm going to get fired because basically the last 2 weeks, the same thing. Yeah, for many reasons, but this reason. So yesterday I saw a young couple. They were like in their, they just graduated college, so they had to be in their early 20s. A real nice one. They looked like they didn't know what they were doing. And I was like, "Do you have any questions?" And then they said, "Yeah, this is our first time here. We don't have no idea about nothing." And I dropped all the work that I had, and I spent the entire day with them, basically. I took them to tours, and I took them here, and all my work. I'm going to get fired for sure because I just left it to the side, but. You know what? They had such an enjoyable day. They were like, "We are definitely coming back." I mean, they didn't. They're like, I didn't know it was so much fun. I thought it would be fun, but they just had a great time. And I did that last week as well because we got to encourage these new fans because we are getting a lot of new faces at the track. We got to make sure they're experienced, and we're all ambassadors of this sport. And so you're right, Millie. A lot of young people are coming out. We just got to make sure and people like. Getting involved as well, because I look at a horse and I go, "Boy, that horse looks good. He's got 4 legs." But you look at a horse and you really know, your horse flesh. I don't, I'm more of a racing form guy, but you do a wonderful job giving us information on how a horse looks before the race and so forth. And I've heard you on radio shows, of course, doing your work here at Santa Anita on XBTV. You do a fabulous job. That's why I stole you from Chapter.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Very complimentary.
Yeah, but George, I think
you're making me blush.
One thing you said, George, is it's important because we are getting the new people, but the more people can help them, the better. Because otherwise, someone comes here, the mountains are beautiful. They bet on a few names of their grandma or something like that, and then lose a couple bucks and they leave. Any kind of help you can give them, it really makes a huge difference in bringing people back again. So I think that's so important.
I tried to help them because, I didn't tell them who I liked in every race. So I thought that was a help. I thought I was helping them by not telling them who I liked personally. And then they did fine. She bet like Tizzy Twister. She goes, "I like that name, Tizzy Twister." She won. So, good for her.
You see, if you'd gone to XBTV, you would have had your dollars on that horse because it outworked the other one in the stablemate in that. Nice. That's why you used it yesterday for workouts.
And that's all that information is free, right? On XBTV?
Yep, absolutely.
Take advantage of that. Chappie, I know you always look at the workouts there on XBTV.
I'm on XBTV for like 2 hours a day, watching every replay of every horse that's available, and that's kind of the only edge you can get. And you got at times it drives me crazy when somebody says, "This is my pet peeve, Millie." You know, somebody looks and says, "Oh, a horse worked a bullet, the best of whatever," and I said, that doesn't mean anything except unless you watch how they work. Certain trainers work them fast, certain trainers work them slow. You got to watch it visually and see it's all how they did it, not just the time whatsoever.
Right.
And that's why XBTV is huge.
I'm looking forward to hearing Jason's opinion, but the 5th race today, I think is where, you know, XBTV is really valuable because you've got some very interesting first-time starters, and you have the ability on XBTV to watch some of their workouts and get the impression of who the trainer's working them with, which I always think is important. If they're an older horse, and you know, then that is a better work for the younger horse. You know, if they're like Richard Mandela's put a quick gait drill in, and just, you know, how these trainers are preparing these horses, and you can tell from the workouts if they have the ability or not.
Yep. Jason.
Yeah, I think it's what I like best about the XBTV works is you see the print and the form, but seeing the horse, seeing the horse move, seeing what they look like, seeing, I like to just get eyes on the horse to see, what are their, how big are they? How, what do their legs look like? Do they look, like they're going to be a turf or a route or a sprinter? And before XBTV, that was almost impossible. I mean, you couldn't even really do it if you went to the track in the morning unless you were like a clocker or you knew you had enough knowledge to know who's who, and which 99% of people don't. So It's a huge help. I mean, I don't play the maiden races with unraced horses without looking at them. So it's been nice, and it's awesome that it's free. I'm surprised it's still free.
And like Millie said, I mean, for instance, you could, like you said, you have 2 horses working in company, and so you look on the bottom of the form and it says they both worked, 101 flat, and one of them was an all-out drive and the other one had a hammer lock. So one worked clearly worked better than the other, but on paper it says the exact same time. It's all about being able to watch all that.
And if you don't look at it, some people will just use both horses, and you double your ticket when maybe you don't have to, and you can use somebody else somewhere else and save some money. Or so this
segment sponsored by XBTV. Georgie.
All right. Well, Jason, you're a wonderful handicapper. I love whenever you're on the show. Chappie, a wonderful coworker, a pleasure working with you. Millie, let's kick their butts, okay? We're gonna okay. Enough of that. Those niceties. They're gone, baby. These guys are going down over here. These guys are going down. Millie.
By the way, real quick, I got the changes. Do you guys need them real quick? Do we need these? Just
I got the changes.
You got the changes.
Race 4, scratch the 2, Red Panty Knight. Race 5, the also eligible, Go Joe Wan. Race 6, scratch the 3, Clayton Kidd. And then in the 8th race, scratch the 3, Rocking Redhead, and the 8, Velvet Slippers. So I don't know if that affected anybody's bets, but
some key scratches. Some of those are some key scratches for sure.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. All right, Millie, you got $100 to win
on
one of these magnificent thoroughbreds that we are so lucky to see every day. Who are you going with and why?
Recently, I've been trying to be smart, which I should know better, and play against the favorite. But if I'm going to try and bet $100 straight on somebody, I'm going to bet a sure thing. And I think Bye Bye Bertie in race number 3 is the sure thing in that race. I think it's great. She is going for her 4th win at the Santa Anita meet. And she just keeps progressing. I mean, her bias speed figures are increasing as the distance increased from her 2 starts back to last start back, and I think she's going to really relish the even additional distance here. So I am going with Bye Bye Birdie, Victor Espinosa, and Lenny Powell.
All right, Bye Bye Birdie, undefeated here in 2022, has won 5 of the last 7, is a win machine, and she's never looked better. And Millie, you've never looked better either. You look marvelous. You look marvelous.
Thank you, Georgie.
All right, Chappie, we got a win machine for our win bet here. You guys, right off the bat, you're in trouble. Go ahead.
We do and you're not going to get a big price today, but for a trainer that we've always liked, the kind of Leonard Powell goes under the radar and does a very, very, very good job. That's for sure.
Job by Leo. Leo does an excellent job.
You can get some prices on Leonard Powell, which I did a couple weeks ago, which is very nice. Jason, where's your $100 win bet and why?
So I'm trying to get a little cute here, and hopefully it doesn't backfire on me. But, I'm going to race 5, and I'm putting 100 to win on the 9, the Giants Candy. So I like the work tab. It's not my top pick in the race. It's more of a defensive play, but I'm using my daily double with the horse that I like in the race better than the 9. So my 9's kind of just my backup, since it's going to be a bigger price. First time starter, I'm just going to take 100 to win on that horse. And if I get lucky and fall into that, it's basically going to be a kind of a strategy play. So I'm going to take the 9, the Giants Candy. The Dams, she was a really cool mare for McAnally, and she's thrown some decent runners. So I'm going to take a shot there and see what happens with that.
All right, interesting that JJ Hernandez ends up there, and I like Jason's done this before. I know what he's doing with his double here, and I haven't even looked at his picks. But Millie, real quick on that, what are your thoughts with the 4-year-olds versus the 3-year-olds at this time of year?
I think that especially on the turf course, I actually think the 4-year-olds have a huge advantage over the 3-year-olds at this time of year. And I've mentioned it many times on the simulcast show, and more often than not, it's the 4-year-olds beating the 3-year-olds. So I think if you've got 2 horses and you're, vacillating between the 2, look at the age and go with the older horse in there. I think I do think that's a very smart play. I used the Giants Candy later on in a wager, but a debut winner too. Charm the Maker was a debut winner. Yeah. That's the half sister. So no, I think that is cute.
Cute, she said.
Very cute.
That was a good play, but I'm still going to beat you. That was cute.
Speaking of JJ Hernandez, Millie, you think Craig O'Brien and maybe Brandon and some of the other jock agents, they all chipped in to make sure that Pratt makes that flight and gets out of town?
Yeah, no kidding.
That's what I thought.
I think they probably threw a party the day the news came through in the jocks room.
Yeah,
I wish him well. He's really wants to, make a name for himself on the East Coast, and he's an excellent rider. And I think the bettors will miss him in a sense, but it will certainly open up more value. I think a lot of horses we've seen have been overbet. Even yesterday, horses were overbet because Flavien Prat was the rider on them. So I think it'll change things up a little bit. Yeah.
And Hernandez yesterday, like I was in the winner's circle with those newbies, and what a great ride he put in on the Cicero Farms horse that won at 7-1 in the first race yesterday. Hernandez is a stellar jockey, and he is certainly going to be atop the list of jockeys. I mean, almost assuredly he'll be the leading jockey once Pratt and Umberto leave town.
And he's been out to work the Giants Candy too. So I always think that's a good sign when the jocks come out and work them, and then you see the agent put the jock on, then the jock obviously, liked what they felt.
I thought it was a good sign when Millie Ball jumped on my team, Chappie. It was a good sign for me, baby. Jilly, you got an exacta to work with.
He's got his chest puffed up now, but if I lose,
there's no chance. I feel there's no chance of that. You're a winner. You're a winner in my book, and so is Jason. But you're on my team. We're going for the win. All right, you got the exacta. Who are you going with?
All right, I'm going to go to race 7 in the exacta, and again, I'm going with favorites in here, but I went back and forth between whether I should do an exacta box with the 1 Indian Peak and the 2 Brickyard Ride, and then I remembered California Flag winning the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint, and I honestly believe Brickyard Ride has Breeders' Cup type sprint. I mean, he's that quality, in my opinion, as fast as he is. So I'm going to put Brickyard Ride on top with Indian Peak underneath for my $100 exacta. 2-1 in that 7th race. And I think Indian Peak just has to, overcome now the inside draw, having run on post 8 last time, 8 of 8 last time, and ran a huge race to Barraza. And Beer Can Man is also a solid horse. So that was very good form. But I just think Brickyard Ride might shake loose like California Flag was able to and win in his hill debut.
So you're going with a straight ice cold, like Dave Weaver would say, ice cold exacta 2-1.
Yes.
2-1. Wow. Brickyard Ride, another win machine, wins on the dirt, wins on the grass, wins going long, wins going short. Just amazing. What a great job Craig Lewis has done. He was on the radio today. He's very candid. I love listening to him. And he said, hey, I'm going to the lead. If somebody goes with me, I might lose. But whoever goes with me is going to lose too, because they're going to commit suicide. So if somebody runs with me, I'll lose. But if nobody runs with me, it's adios, amigos. And so I love when a trainer's candid like that. And that's basically the story. If somebody goes with Brickyard, it's suicide, and probably will compromise Brickyard's chances, but also obviously compromises his chances. So it's a catch-22. But I think Brickyard Ride is the real deal. Another one that's undefeated. We're going with undefeated runners in 2022 with our picks, Chappie. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it's interesting about that race, like you said, like Jet Evaders, Scott Speed, Whooping Jay went very fast early last time. But you're committing suicide if you go with damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? And then you'd almost think like Bob Hess has 2 in there, but I can't see Pratt's not going to push Riding with Dino going 21-2 down the hill. So it's going to be an interesting tactical race, that's for sure. But all right, Jason, where are you heading with your exact and why?
I'm going to race 3 where Millie goes with Bye Bye Birdie, but I'm going to take the 5 horse to the inside, Tournesol. Last time, Bye Bye Birdie got an easy lead and Tournesol broke kind of slow, and they just had no shot that far back in a slow pace. I think she's going to be closer today with last time I would have thought there was going to be more pace with a big full field. Today, there's, I think, 7 horses. And I'm hoping there's a little bit more pace with the horse that Maldonado's on, the 2 Mercy Mercy. So I'm kind of picturing this race with Bye Bye Birdie and the 2 horse maybe going to the front and Tournesol hopefully breaking better and being a little bit closer today. So I took Tournesol over the 2 and the 6.
All right, so that could be our separator race there, George.
Yeah,
the red hot Bye Bye Birdie, but Pratt jumps off Tournesol, second off a long layoff, and hopefully runs him down late her down late for Team Chappie against Team Traders.
That distance is a question mark for a lot of these in here. None of them have gone a mile and a quarter. Tournesol hasn't. Bye Bye Birdie hasn't, and I know from a gambling standpoint, first time Pratt has been a strong, profitable angle year in and year out. So regardless, even if this runner has had some nice riders in the back before, first time Pratt win is a winning angle.
So you're turning on your teammate.
No. I mean, we're winning that race for sure. Bye Bye Birdie on my Santa Anita Oi is my best bet of the day. So
okay.
I have ultimate confidence in Bye Bye Birdie. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be waving bye-bye to Jason right about the 3rd race.
We'll be playing catch-up.
All right, catch-up. He can't cut the mustard. How about that? All right, Millie, You got a daily double.
Yep.
Where are you going and why?
I'm focusing on race 3 and race 4 for my daily double. I'm going to use Bye Bye Birdie as my first part of the daily double. And then in the 4th race, I'm actually going to use 2 horses in there. Let me see. Hang on. I think I got the wrong race in here. Yeah, I have. Hang on a minute. Hold the roll. Slow the roll.
In the meantime, I just want to say that this charity that we're playing for, Winners Foundation, it's fantastic charity. They do such great work taking care of people on the backside, the front side. So many great programs really developed over the years. And we are very proud to have them as our charity. And if any one of our handicappers turns their $300 into over $1,000, we're going to give some extra money into the Winners Foundation charity. All right, we ready?
Yeah.
And George,
right.
your ketchup and mustard joke was very underrated.
Race.
Thank you very much.
So race 4, I'm going with the 3 Marie at 8-5 as my first part of the daily double, and this is a very, very fast mare. And the only concern I have about her is that she is wheeling back in 3 weeks off a very fast race, but I still think that she's too quick in there for anyone else. They'll compromise themselves if they try and go with her. And then in the 5th race, it's those 2 first-time starters I'm looking at. Famous Star.
Okay, hold on. Wait a second. This is a daily double.
Yeah.
I thought you started it in race 3 with Bye Bye Birdie.
No, I started it in race 4.
Oh, you switched it up. I apologize.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So race 4.
Follow along, George.
I'm sorry, man.
Race 4, number 3, Marie.
Okay.
For Papa Padromo, Georgie.
Okay.
And then in the 5th race, the 2 first-time starters, the 5 Famous Star, who's had a really consistent work pattern since the beginning of January, and actually worked in company with a nice horse on the 12th of March and outworked it on the inside. That's Famous Star. And then the 9, the Giant's Candy, who Jason liked for his $100 win bet. For the same reasons, the pedigree, the precocity, and particularly the gate drill by himself on the 7th of March coming out of the gate, which I always think for a first-time starter, I mean, their focus is all over the place when they're out of the gate first, by themselves. And he was able to stay to task, and it looked like the further he went, the better he was going. So I'm going to use the Giant's Candy as the other first-time starter in there on the back end of my daily double.
Just curious, can you see that workout on XBTV by any chance?
Of course.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
You can.
Wow. All right. Daily double, we're going with Marie, who had 677 claims in for her last time. And Papa Droma won the shake.
Which is kind of surprising because she does not have good confirmation, but she is fast.
But you can tell, I think for a second-time starter that's 5, but I think probably because it was for 20, it was worth taking the dip in, right? Because you knew the talent was there.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I knew a couple people who wanted that shake. That's for sure.
Yeah. But Papa won the shake, and Marie is going to shake loose from the rest of the group and win. Chappie?
All right, Jason, where are you heading with your double and why?
All right, I'm going with the same races as Millie. I did it a little bit different though. I used Marie. I thought she's the one to beat. Agree with Millie on everything she said. The other one I used in there is the 5, Levy. And I just thought if Marie doesn't win, Levy's probably going to be the one that's going to pick it up and take the race. She's coming off a long layoff, but she stumbled in that race. And I think she's the only one that's really, I'm not going to say as fast as Marie, but she's the fastest of the rest of the horses. And she should be in the perfect spot if Marie, doesn't completely come back 100% from that last race. And then so I go to the 5th race, and the horse that I actually have on top there is the 1, Mubtada. So what I did here, I separated the race into first timers and the horses that have run. And of the horses that have run, I like the 1 the best. I think he's meant for the turf. That last race got off bad, lost at least 3 lengths. So I'm gonna go with him and see if I can line that double up. And if he doesn't win, then I'm hoping that first timer for McAnally kind of shows some talent and maybe saves me there. But Millie and I are kind of like zigzagging. So
right, and it's interesting you said that because I did the same. Had the same tactics of the horses that have run. I liked Trainer Please. And then of the horses, the first time starters, I looked at those other ones. So maybe it's just one of those wide open races.
There's a friend of mine called Trainer, and he asked me, do you think Millie Ball is going to beat Jason? And I said, Trainer, please. And so think we have a good shot at winning here.
And Chappie says, you're an Irish prophet.
That race is going to be interesting tactically. I mean, you got to think that the one's going to send, right? Trainer Please is going. That was the only work I got to. I usually study the day before. I was a little tired last night, so I just watched Mutada work with Farquhar. And worked very nicely for Vladimir Seren, who's on fire, by the way.
He's on fire.
Yeah. And I've been impressed with Ryan Curatolo.
Yes.
I think he's going to benefit from Pratt and Rispoli going back east too. I haven't been playing much in the last, couple months, but when I've had a couple horses with Ryan and I've had some good scores, and he seems to kind of pay attention, and he makes the right moves. I like the way he looks on the back of a horse. I like the way he finishes. I like him. He looks like he's got some more potential to get better.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. He woke up Neil Drysdale's bun.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Sure did.
Especially on the grass. On the grass, for whatever reason, he looks really strong. And I hate to pigeonhole jockeys, but you look at Edwin Maldonado, you think speed rider. You look when I think of Curatolo, I think grass. He's a great grass rider.
So Georgie, it's tiebreaker time. I believe we don't have a pick in the 8th. Is that correct?
That's correct. So we could use that to add some suspense to the day. If I mean, I don't think we're going to need it, Chappie.
No, these are two of the best we got. There's no chance. But this is just a formality, but just in case.
Just in case.
In the wheel of doom here. All right. So it would have been Millie, but she traded on me. So Jason, you get to go first with your. Jason, you were still going to be on my team, by the way. I was just having Millie next week, and George stole her from me. That don't worry about it. But
no, you
get to go first in the tiebreaker.
I'm gonna go with the one horse, Moonlight Dioro. I was between the 1 and the 5, but I'm gonna go with the 1.
All right, Moonlight Dioro.
All right.
Obviously, a lot of talent. First time on the turf there.
Yeah,
that's our tiebreaker.
I think he's going to like the turf.
Millie?
Okay. Well, I would have gone with Rockin' Redhead, but that's a scratch for Richie. I'm going to go with Mraz, 4-1 on Mraz for Michael McCarthy.
All right, Mraz for Millie. That's where I thought Jason might go. I like both of those, by the way. Not that means anything.
Hopefully, we don't have to use that tiebreaker race.
No, but there's no shot. But just in case, George. All right. Any last words, Georgie?
No. We every week for the last 4 weeks we've said there's no way we're going to need a tiebreaker. Every week, the last 4 weeks, we needed the tiebreaker, but
not today.
But not today, baby. Not today. We're gonna win. We're gonna bye birdie. It's gonna come through. I feel it. Yeah, all right, strong. That's it. We're good. I'm glad we had a wonderful show. Both of our guests are wonderful. We wish them the best of luck, and hopefully they'll raise money for the Winners Foundation. And one of them will come back probably in 2 weeks for round 2. So, Chappie, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, no, that was a lot of good conversation. You guys went through a lot of good things, and we keep harping on this, but XBTV is the best tool around to watch and not only handicap, but to learn things. So thank you guys both. Best of luck, and we'll talk to one of you down the road.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye.